This is the Lockpicker 1969, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to the next episode of Interview with the Lockpicker. Today's guest back for part 2 is Trucking Lock. Say hi.
Hello, everybody.
So what have you been up to since we interviewed you last?
Oh, just busy with work and trying to pick as much as I can. That's about the gist of it.
Okay, so when last we spoke, you were a green belt. Where is that at now, and what's going on with that?
Technically, I'm still a green belt, but my picking has progressed to the point of where now I'm picking purple and brown belt locks. And yeah, that's currently where I'm at, just picking on that stuff.
Well, what's holding you back?
Challenge lock. uh, I I have the capabilities of making a challenge lock, and then I know time's my biggest killer. So getting the time to actually make one, uh, like I didn't want to sacrifice my picking time. So I was like, oh, I'll be able to knock it out, and take me a couple weeks. I'll work on it little bit, and then I'll have one done. Then I realized I got the wrong material for making my pins, and it was taking way too long to actually make my pins. And I was like, yeah, the hardened brass rod is
Yeah,
not a good thing to use.
no, it's not. It's a pain. You can
Hmm.
use it. It's just not fun to. So,
Right. It takes a lot longer.
okay.
But
So, okay, go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, but yeah, that's as soon as I get the right material, should be at home waiting for me after vacation, so I should be able to get that knocked out in about a week to 2 weeks.
All right.
So
All right. Now, last time I interviewed you, you indicated that you had run into the doldrums. Have you had that vicious beast come back again since then?
I did, however, this time it didn't last nearly as long. But there was a period for about 4 days or so where nothing would open, and then I got my very first brown belt lock picked, and not just once, but multiple times in the same sitting. So it was like it took me 4 days, 5 days maybe.
And
But yeah, I did go through it again.
what was that lock?
The gold P.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
I've come to really love gold locks.
okay. I have a few of those lying around I need to get to at some point here. So when we talked last for the first interview, you mentioned something about you were planning a series. Can you talk about what that was and what happened with that?
Yeah, so the series was Truckers Tension Tuesdays, and I was gonna dive into everything tension related. And just when I had everything gathered up, like all the tension tools and like the rough outline of the series of how I was gonna break everything down, work got really crazy, and I really didn't have any time to work on it. I do plan on doing it in the near future here now that my schedule's we're into the Michigan season, so I'll have more of a regular schedule, so to speak, that I'll have more time to record and do all that fun stuff.
Okay, well, being from Michigan, I have to ask what the Michigan season is.
Michigan season is from it. We do primarily the farms we haul potatoes from. We do about 8 months out of the year from Michigan farms. So the other 4 months is split up between Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and Maine.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever we just pretty much when the potatoes come in season, which was about a month ago, little under a month ago, I'd say about 3 weeks ago, it really the Michigan season kicked off. So,
Okay. So go ahead.
oh, I was gonna say, so I'll be there until March of next year, March, April.
Yeah, when do you plan on stopping by?
Oh, yeah, one of these days, whenever I get up there either early or I get a later appointment time, your phone will be ringing.
All right, sounds cool to me. Um, yeah, we're in southeastern Michigan, so about what 30, 40 miles northwest of Detroit, I believe.
Yeah, I come right down through that area. I
Yep.
run
Yep.
Interstate 75 all the way south
Yep.
from Route 57.
Yep.
So,
Okay. Cool. So, since we last spoke, what have you accumulated in new tools that you want to talk about?
oh boy, that's quite a list. I
has it
I
gotten
can't
you?
remember.
Has it gotten you in trouble with the wife yet?
Not yet. I'm pretty lucky on that aspect,
Yeah.
but the I would have to say I don't remember if I had my Mokies yet. Whenever we did the interview before, but I have all the Moki picks now, along with all the Jimmy Longs, and those primarily have taken those those are my go-to anymore. I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not even gonna lie. Uh, that's usually the first thing that I grab, one of those two, and if one of them don't work, then I switch to the other, as one and two. So, um, I'm trying to think if I got the Southern Specialties folding pocket set, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm trying to think. There's a couple other pick sets. This Southern Specialties Force and the Sparrows Nightcrawler set
Oh wow.
are
Okay.
the big ones off the top of my head. So
Quite a few different items.
yeah, yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah, I figure, I might not use them, but I have them if I ever want to play around with them. So,
Sure. Sure. Okay. So, what else have you been involved with, like within the community over the last 6 months that you'd like to talk about?
well, I started my own Discord server, just as a place that people would have direct access to me,
Mm-hmm.
that I could add, because I'm also a member of other people's servers as well,
Yeah.
but it's not my place to invite people into those servers. So I figured I would have my own server to where people could join and have direct access to me if they have any questions, or they just want to BS, with anybody else in the server. I just figured another cool place to hang out and share information.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know,
No, can't blame
um,
can't blame you for that one.
yeah, that I mean, I figured it was only time to do that. And then the other big thing or bigger thing that I've been, and it's not my project, but I'm more than happy to be a donator to Picking Time, because that is just I love what they've done there with Lady Locks and Lockheed, what they have going on with Picking Time, and that's one thing that I can say is, I mean, it benefits the community so much,
Yes, it does.
in so many ways. So
Yep. I've been
I'll,
I've been sending a lot of people that way.
yeah, and that's how I tell everybody, hey, if you're especially newer guys and girls that might have questions, like, hey, go there. There's tons of experienced people, and you're gonna get real time answers right now. Like, and everybody's just so friendly, and that gives you a chance to meet other pickers as well.
Yep,
So,
it does. Okay. Any new interests that you've started to explore in locksport?
the one thing I initially thought I would have no interest in at all is safe dial manipulation.
Ah,
Um,
decoding.
yes, yes. I was talking to Dig Picks about that, and because I was like, I don't know if I'd be interested, because I'll admit it, I have a horrible memory. Like, there's a lot of, even my locks, I don't remember how I picked them. I just know, hey, I can pick this one, and it's like picking a brand new lock all over again, even though it might be the 10th time I've picked it. Uh, and he's like, no, you write everything down. And he went through and showed me how they graph it out and how everything. I was like, wow, that's actually interesting. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna like that. So yeah, I've gotten I have a safe dial now and a stand, and getting ready to start that. And then I also started my hand at pick making as well.
Oh, really? Talk about that a little bit.
I learned I'm not as good as I thought I was going to be. It was a little rougher. I'm not going to have a problem making the pick itself. It's the handle work where
Yeah.
I thought was going to be a lot easier than what it turned out to be. Um, while it's not like extremely hard, there's definitely a learning curve.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I would say my result was probably on par with most everybody's first attempt at making their own custom pick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not completely done with it, but it's like 90% of the way there.
Well,
So,
that's cool. They're fun to make.
oh yeah,
The thing is that it's all about small changes.
yes, and I, I should have followed the old adage, measure twice, cut once. But yeah, I won't get into that. I looked at myself and said, well, that was dumb. So
Yeah. Well, no, it happens. All right. So one thing we didn't get into in your other interview that I've been asking a lot more these days is what are your other interests outside of locksport?
I actually collect playing cards.
Play
I've been, yeah, playing
what
cards like
like just
like
like
bicycle.
regular? Okay, with
Yeah,
the different faces on them or something or
yeah,
backings?
all different backs. There's even magicians like Shin Lim and Chris Ramsey. They have their own like special, like they're not special cards, but like they have their own like edition of cards and stuff like that. But at my last count, I had over 500 different deck designs
Oh wow.
uh, on hand, and that's not counting any duplicates, triplicates, or anything like that. That's just at over 500 different ones. And yeah, I've been collecting playing cards for wow, it's been a while, probably 6 years, 5 years, 6 years,
Wow,
something
okay.
like that.
All right.
But
Eh,
yeah, so there's that, and then, well, of course, my pickup truck.
let's hear about that.
Well, I just with the way the vehicle market is and everything, I was thinking about getting rid of my pickup truck, but then I learned that, hey, I can actually redo my pickup truck into what I want and still be way less than what it would cost me to go get another pickup truck.
Yep.
So coming from the car scene a long time ago, I kind of knew of places where I could look for aftermarket wheels, suspension
Yep.
components, and yeah, so now I have one of those pickup trucks that's just a little bit bigger than stock with the nice big chrome wheels and they all-terrain tires. And yeah, she's coming along. She's a work in progress. Not finished yet, but won't be too much longer.
All right. Is it a nice, kept, clean, shiny truck, or is it a down and dirty, muddy, and everything like that
It
truck?
it she's a pavement princess, but I like to make it look like I like to make it look like she's a mud warrior. But no, in all honesty, she's a mall crawler. That's all she is.
I haven't heard that phrase in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be real about it. Most of the people who I've come to realize this with the pickup community is everyone's like, I want these big mud terrain tires, I want this and that, but then they put 70,000 miles on their trucks on the street and only take them off road once a week or once maybe every month. It's like, so do you really need those tires if you're only going that? Yeah, I was like, I don't understand it, but to each their own.
No, I understand that. I've got my Street Beast, my truck. It does not get the mileage put on it. Our other vehicle gets all the mileage, but it's definitely for the street more than it is off the off road. 20-inch wheels,
Right.
and
Yeah, I have
I
20
blacked.
by 12.
Yep, and I blacked them out. Blacked out the truck pretty much. It's blacked out, and the license plate says Wraith on it. So,
Oh,
but it's
nice.
it's got
I like that. I like that. I know that reference.
so it has the cold air intake on it, and it has the full exhaust. So
Ah,
it's only a
okay.
V6 though. It's not a big V8. It's a mid-sized pickup,
Yeah.
but you pull up next to that, and you don't know what you're next to until it gets going. So
Right. Yeah. See, I have a Ford F-150 that I have the 20 by 13-inch rims, and then or 20 by 12-inch rims, and then I have 12 and a half by 35 tires on them, and then I have a little bit of lift on the suspension, and then this next round the windows are going to get tinted, and then I was thinking about even getting just the truck vinyl wrapped, because I priced my paint code and it turns out I have like the fifth most expensive paint code on the market with that ruby red. And
uh,
yeah, when he told me how much it was going to cost to paint it, I was like, "Whew, heart attack, heart attack."
yeah,
So doing the vinyl wrap might actually be cheaper.
yeah,
So
probably. All right, I'm going to turn things back to Locksport for a minute.
okay.
So we all go through phases, if you can call them that, where we really kind of pay attention to a particular YouTuber's content or really follow it closely. Would you say that your interests in different YouTubers has gone through some changes in the last 6 months?
A little bit. I wouldn't say too much because I still have like I still try to catch everybody, like pretty much everybody's content. There's been a few people, uh, I'm not going to say any names because if you know me and you've seen me talk about this person, you know who it is. There's one person I actually have blocked and do not pay attention to what
Yep.
they have to say at all.
Yeah, no,
Um,
we don't have
but
to get into that. So,
Right, but everybody else, I still try to catch everybody's content. I mean, I haven't really lost interest in anybody. It's just finding the amount of time to keep up can get a little difficult, especially if like a bunch of people drop videos real close together. But for the most part, my job lets me be able to try to keep up fairly easy. I can just go to my subscriptions and just hit start, and
well,
then just make sure I catch everybody's newest stuff.
I'll tell you what, keeping up with Chris Capoon, that can be a part-time
Oh my
job.
God.
I love his
Yes,
stuff
it
though,
is.
especially
Oh
the
yeah.
Saturday morning rambles. Love those.
Oh yeah. Yep, yep.
So,
Yeah, and he's one of the people I try to make sure that I catch his stuff.
yeah.
There's a handful of people that I make sure that I get their stuff, and he's one of them.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
He's like the godfather to the lock sport
Yes, he
community.
is. So, all right, last question before we wrap up. What is your plan with going forward for your belts?
So
You're going to finish your challenge lock.
yes, and then as soon as I finish my challenge lock, I'm actually starting to work on a Rober safe deposit box lock, which is brown belt rated.
Yep.
So that way, that'll give me the two browns because I already have the gold P uh, picked. So I can do I have the gold P, I'll have the Rober, and then I've already made special tools. Well, I don't know if they would count those, but I made special, like a Chris Capoon inspired tension wrench, and I gave one to Lady Locks, Joe Picks, and Sadistic Picker. Um, so I that should count. I would hope as the tool for making a special tool, but I don't know if it would or not. That's up for their discretion.
Sure.
But yeah, as soon as I get the challenge lock done, then I'm just gonna go for my brown and pretty much skip blue and purple.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything you'd like to say to our audience before we wrap up?
Yes, actually, just if you see something you want, work for it. It's not going to be an easy journey at all. But if you even look at me and many other pickers, you can see how far we've come in such a short amount of time. And that only comes with hard work and determination
Definitely.
and the urge to get better. Uh, Nothing hard is ever easy or worth it.
Yeah,
So
definitely true. All right. I want to thank you for doing a part 2 and getting us all up to date on what's going on with you. And
yeah, thank you for having me back.
maybe in another 6 months, you'll be looking at your black belt.
Hopefully, hopefully.
And
I would love that.
several other accomplishments to boot. So, all right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
With that, I'll wrap this one up. If you are a subscriber, thank you. If you are not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications and all, and hit like on the video. And thanks for listening.